One of the first things you have to get comfortable with when you're dealing with robots is this whole idea of absolute angles and relative angles. So absolute angle is, for example, if I'm talking about this link, what is the angle of this link with respect to some fixed reference? And in this case, the natural fixed reference would be the positive x-axis. Right? So this could be 45 degree relative to the positive x-axis. And you can imagine this has a lot of value in the real world, because if my end effector is interacting with the real environment, and then knowing that the end effector is now making a 45-degree angle with respect to this fixed reference is a very useful thing for me to know. This is absolute angle because 45-degree relative to a fixed reference. But the reason in robotics you also have to think about relative angles is because at this joint, usually there is some kind of sensing, and let's say an encoder, which is the most common type of joint angle sensing, that cannot measure the angle that this link is making with respect to some other arbitrary fixed reference. So because this joint does not know about this positive x-axis. So what happens is all measurements in robotics is with respect to some reference within this sensor, and typically that reference is taken as when the next link is aligned with the previous link. So with this reference, now we are talking about a relative angle. So 45-degree relative to this reference would be when you rotate this 45-degree in the counterclockwise direction. So this would be 45-degree relative angle, whereas this would be 45-degree absolute angle. And this can be very confusing. So this is something that you should think about and get used to very quickly.